This is Amud Yomi Gemara and Shabbos. Daf Pei Bees, Amud Aleph, rolling in the bottom of Pei Aleph Amud Bees, which in the middle of discussing the different materials that one could use to wipe himself when relieving himself. And the Gemara said that one of the problems is that we have to be worried about kshafim. And the question is, my kshafim, what is the concern over here that one might have used the rack, the piece of shard, and whatnot for kshafim? So explains the Gemara. They were going in a boat. There was a certain woman that said to these two gedolim, I want to go with you. They didn't let her, so she was quite upset. So what'd she do? Amri Milsa. She said some incantations. He said some spell. Asar tel arba. Shtickle miracle that the boat froze wherever it was. Amri inu Milsa. So the Chachamim, they had said their own incantation, their own spell, and Shariah, and the boat continued to move. Amr lahu, so the woman said to them, what should I do to you? And this is the critical line. You don't wipe yourself with shards. Since you don't wipe yourself with shards, therefore there's no way, this woman says, to cast a proper spell upon you. And you don't kill lice on your clothing. You don't pull out vegetables that the gardener has tied. 3 different practices that were connected to kishif. Therefore, says the woman, because you, the chacham, don't do these things, I'm not able to cast a proper spell upon you. The reason the Gemara is bringing this down as a raya is to show us what form of kishif could be done on these stones. Continues the Gemara 3 lines down. Bebeis Amid Aleph. Ravuna the Rabbi Ravuna said to Rabbi's son, "My time lo shchichas coming to Rav Chisda. What's the reason you don't come learn with Rav Chisda?" Says the Gemara. The Mechadin Shemaita, whose teachings are very sharp. Amrlei. Rabbi responded, "Mayos legabe. Why should I go to him? The chi azilna legabe. When I go to him, mostly b'mili dalma. He goes, mostly b'mili dalma. He goes and he tells me mili dalma, stam, mundane manners. He doesn't teach Torah. He teaches Torah, but he bothers me with these simple, silly things." So Amr Lee says, "You know what he says to me? Mandalabis, like he say, someone who goes to the bathroom, l'leisiv v'hedya, should not sit down forcefully, shouldn't strain himself when using the bathroom. Why? That karkashta talashina yasif. Because the karkashta, the area to use the bathroom, the rectum is supported by 3 teeth. Telma mishtatia shine de karkashta. And therefore, you have to be worried that these teeth might come dislocated and might pop them out, cause him a problem. Vasli de sakana. So Amrlei Rav Huna responded when he heard that this is what Rav Chisda was teaching. What do you mean? You're saying it's mundane manners? No, he's dealing with things that are the very life of people. Vata Amrit, and you're saying it's mili dalma. Kol shekein zolgabe. You should certainly go and learn by him. So continues the Gemara, different ways of wiping oneself and going to the bathroom. Hayu lefanav on the first wide line. Surar v'cheres. There's a pottery shard or a stone. What should he use? So Ravuna Amar mikenech b'sar v'mikenech b'cheres. Rav Chisda mikenech b'cheres v'mikenech b'sar. So we have machlokes Ravuna Rav Chisda. What is better to wipe oneself with, whether it's a shard or whether it is a stone? So Meisvei asks the Gemara Ravuna's Kashan Ravuna Hay levanav Surar v'cheres. Mikenech b'cheres v'mikenech b'sar. To have to the Ravuna. Kashan Ravuna explains the Gemara to Gemara from our book. Coming to Rav Chisda, leave the Ravuna. Ba'ognei kelim. When the Gemara says that a stone is better, that's only when referring to the rim of a keli, which are smooth, and therefore there's no sakana of it. However, a shard in general is sharp, therefore it would be a problem, and a stone would be better. Continues the Gemara 4 lines down. If one had in front of him stoning grass, should write with a stone and not with grass. Again, Another machlekes, which is preferable, grass or a stone. So Meisvei asked the Gemara, let this boy. If you wipe yourself with something that is flammable, shiv dachtani is nice. So ask the Gemara, how can you wipe with a savin with grass? It's flammable. As when it's mutter is when it's moist grass, it's not flammable. Hobby evasion. Now, of course, from this Gemara becomes an incredible discussion. And nowadays, what are we wiping with? We're using toilet paper and tissues, which is flammable. So L'chaira asks many of the Rishonim, the Paiskim, the Darkei Moshe, etc., that how are we allowed to do what we're doing? Why are we not worried for this Gemara? Of course, this is a skuli de gazach, but why are we not worried for this? And the simple answer is that once we segued into the world of bathrooms and private areas, it's less of a concern because in such a situation, everything is enclosed. We don't have to worry about kishuf, etc. But it is a fascinating discussion that is born out of this Gemara. Continues the Gemara, some more bathroom practices. We're 8 lines down. The first one line is Veinu Nifna. If someone needs to use the bathroom and he doesn't, Rav Chisda v'Ravina. Rav Chisda Ravina said, Chanam Ruach Shalatas Bai. Ruach can take hold of him. Chanam Ruach Zuhama Shalatas Bai. Tani Kmandam Ruach Zuhama Shalatas Bai. Titania Nizach L'Nekava Vaychel. Daima L'Tanor. Shesku Agabe Afroi. V'Zui Tchilas Ruach Zuhama. So right to the mandamar that calls it ruach, so continues the Gemara. If someone needs to use the bathroom and he doesn't, Rav Chisda, what you do? Yamod v'yeshev, Yamod v'yeshev. You should stand and sit. Rav Chanan and Hardoi Amar, Yistalik l'stadim. Should move to the side, and that will help him use the bathroom. Rav Amnuna Amar, Yimashish b'tzor b'yisem makom use a rack. Rabbanan Amar. Yasiach Taitai, should stop thinking about it, and that's how he'll be able to use the bathroom. What do you mean? If you stop thinking about it, he won't be able to. So Amar Leh, you know what it means? Don't think about other things and only concentrate on using the bathroom, and then you'll be able to go. Amar Yirmiyami Difti, the Chazile Hutayaya, certain Arab. The Kami Yosef, and at the Shalch Mekidros is like he poured out of himself like a pot. This methodology of standing and sitting worked wonderfully for this Arab. Tana Rabbanan continues the Gemara based on the aforementioned practices right before the Mishnah. Hanechlas Sudas Kava. If someone is entering a formal meal and he wants to make sure he'll be able to sit and eat properly, he won't have to get up and use the bathroom. Yahalich Eser Pamim Shal Arba Amois. He should walk 10 times. 4 amos, and then use the bathroom, go and sit in his place, and he won't have an issue. He'll be able to relieve himself properly before the Suda. Says the Mishnah as we conclude this parak. Earthenware, continuing the theme of this parak, which was the shirim of carrying on Shabbos that creates a chiyuv. Says the Gemara, cheres is enough to place between one slat and another. When they would stack things up, they would put little cheres pieces in order to make sure the beams and whatnot were not crushed against each other. Divrei Rav Yehuda, Rameir Omer, Tilachatis Basar, big enough to pick up a fire. Rav Yesi Omer, Tilakabel by Ravias, to hold the Ravias of liquid. Avar Rameir, Aval Bishin Rayel Davar Zechla Davar. Says in the possibly the mechtisai cheresh lachtais ish miyakud should not have amongst it a piece of shard to pick up a fire. Pasuk continues, or scoop up water, which shows that even a small shard that could scoop up water, even if it can't hold a fire, is chashiv and you'll be chayav for. So says the Gemara, wrapping up the parak after parentheses, Mistaver Shir Rav Yesi Nafish. Misvara, it would sound like the Shir Rav Yesi is greater. But Umikra, from the Pasuk, Shir Rav Meir Nafish. Why? These Agadaitach, Shir Rav Yesi Nafish. Laila b'mana zuchav hadalayla man rabba. With the Navi first cursed with a small keli, and then cursed with a large keli. Doesn't make sense. So Amar Abaya, Lachtais Ishmi Kidoi, Kidoi in the Mishnah. Rameir is indeed a larger shear, because when he speaks of something to pick up fire, an old fire, he means a fire from a large bonfire. Therefore, it is a larger. It's not stam a teeny little fire. End of the Mishnah. Shabbat Levi Rameir says, Gemara, Rav Yossi is a great taina to Rameir. Therefore, at the end of the pasuk, it seems that even to hold a dot of water is enough. So, what does Rameir see from this pasuk? Concludes the parak. Rameir lo mi bayi kamer lo mi bayi mi dechashel anshi delom nishlach lei. To pashit, that's something they're not be able to find. That's a chashav to people. They will not, the Navi is teaching them, they're not going to even be able to find something that is chashav to the people. Definitely a lot of intricate dinim of Haitzah that we learned to this parak. And we see out to the Shemaya will continue with the ninth parak.